What's up guys, and welcome to my 21st tutorial in my PHP backend. So in this tutorial we're going to continue with the routing, and the first issue that we're having is that we can't separate the GET request from the POST request. And what I mean with that is we want to be able to have a route that has the same URL, but if we make a GET request to it, it's supposed to be running one function, and if it does a POST to the exact same URL, it's supposed to run some other function. So for example, the general case would be that you'll have something that might look like this. So if you do a GET request to /color, and if you do that as a GET request, you get all the colors. And if you do a POST to the exact same URL, you are supposed to inserting a new color. And then you also have put, which you can think of put as an update, and then delete, which deletes a color. And this is basic REST principles. There are some other options as well, but these four are the most common, and we're going to focus on them. But there are other options like patch and options and some other as well. If you're using Postman like I do, and I really recommend that you use it if you have the possibility, because it's super great HTTP client. But then you can just check here of all of them. But get, put, post, delete is the ones that we're going to focus on right now. And we want to build support for this, because at the moment we cannot have two entries in the routes table that have the same URL, because then it won't work, because then it will have the same key. So the first thing that we want to do is that we want to pass this that I pasted in here, and pass it to the router from the index file. So let's start by doing that, and I'm going to explain to you in a while what it is. And if we go in here, it takes another parameter, and this is basically the method that we are using for our HTTP request. So if we just dump this variable and see what it actually contains, it's a GET request, and if I change it to POST, it should be a POST request, and put and delete. So you get the point. So we want to use this for addressing different routes, and I think the simplest way to do it is to at this point create different variables in here. So I'm gonna call these GET routes, and these are going to be used for GET requests, so we don't need this anymore. And we want to do the same thing for POST. And we can keep it there for now, and we can edit this as well. So maybe we want to create a new color pretty soon, so let's do like this, and then like this. Maybe it should be lowercase, like that. And this should be it for now. So we have two different routes, one for POST variables and one for GET variables. And of course we need to take that into account when we do the routing here. So we're going to switch out the routes depending on the method. So we're going to create an if-else statement. So if the method is equal to get, we're going to do something, and else, and if the method is equal to post, we're going to do something else, and then we'll have some kind of default value. So I think we're going to create a routes value, and we're going to initialize it to to an empty array. Then we don't need the else statement either. And we don't have this variable anymore. So instead we want to set the routes to be equal to the get routes. And if it's a post, we should use the post routes. So let's just make sure that this works. So we have the get routes, and we switch to the post. We have the post routes, so you can see create color. All right, so it seems to be working, and now we only need to use the variable instead of the self stuff in here, like this. And it complains also in router 55. So yeah, in here as well. And in this function, we don't know if it's a get, post, put, or delete. So instead, we're going to pass in the routes in here and use them here. And then, of course, we need to pass it in here. Okay, so it seems to be working. No such route, right? And if we use post to color, yeah, it works. So, all right, I think I'm going to keep it there for now, and we'll continue in the next tutorial. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.